Hey guys, in today's video I am going to show you how to grow the marigold from the seeds and from the cuttings. To sow the seeds I am going to sow the seeds of African marigold, and for the cuttings I am going to take the cuttings of one of my friend's marigold plant. As you can see, these are the seeds of African marigold, and I got the seeds online, and if you want to know from where I bought them, then please ask me and I would let you know so that you also get good result at your home. While sowing any kind of seeds, I usually use only the coco peat and vermicompost, and I normally don't use the garden soil because garden soil may contain the fungus, and all those fungus may kill the baby seedlings, and that's why I always use only the coco peat, and I take near about 80 to 85% of coco peat and rest amount is vermicompost. You can see that I have already filled my pot with the potting soil mix, and you can use any pot, just make sure there is at least one drainage hole in your pot. Just taking out the seeds. Now sowing the seeds, it's really very simple, you don't have to worry about anything. But while sowing the seeds, if possible, please try to keep a gap in between two seeds, and that way you would be able to pull out the seedlings very easily. Next, I am going to cover them with a fresh garden soil. Please note that right now I am using the garden soil because nowadays it's really windy in my place, and I really worry that winds are going to trouble the seeds, and that's why I am using the garden soil. But you can use the same potting soil mix, I mean only the coco peat and vermicompost. While covering the seeds, please make sure that seeds are at least 3 to 4 mm deep inside the soil. Sowing is done, and now I am just going to water it. Next, I am going to keep the pot in my balcony itself, and my balcony gets only the afternoon sunlight from around 1 p.m. However, if you are going to provide it morning sunlight, that time also it's okay, and you are going to get good germination rate. But still, please avoid keeping the pot under direct sunlight for the whole day. You can see that I lost few seedlings, and this thing happened because of two reasons. The first one is, see, it has been raining in my place from last few days, and I kept my pot in somewhat open space. It got too much water, and that's why few seedlings died. Now this is why I am updating the video showing you this stage, because please note that at early stage you have to be extremely careful while watering, and you might want to spray your pot once in the morning and once in the evening just to keep the soil moist. The second reason is, see, you already know that I have lots of sparrows in my balcony, and they always like to play with my seedlings, and I really don't mind it at all, and I just let them play with few seedlings, and I know that it would be really difficult for me to grow all the seedlings, and honestly saying, I really feel very bad whenever I have to throw any seedlings. So I really don't mind if they destroy one or two seedlings, it's okay for me. I would say that they have grown really nicely, and there is another thing that you don't have to wait this many days to transplant them. You can transplant your seedlings as soon as you see first 3 to 4 true leaves on your seedlings. And please also note that the first 2 leaves which you would see on your seedlings, those are not the true leaves, those are known as the seed sleeve. So always wait until and unless you don't see first 3 to 4 true leaves on your seedlings, and once you see that, you would be able to transplant them. I am also going to show you how easily you can transplant them, and before pulling out the seedlings, just give it little bit amount of water, and that way the soil would become loose and you would be able to pull out the seedling very easily. As you can see, it came out nicely. Now I am just going to plant it. It's extremely simple, and anyway I am going to end the first part of the video right here, because if you want to know more about growing and caring for marigolds from this stage to until flowering, then please watch my other video where I have covered all the things, and you can watch that video simply clicking on the I button on top right corner. Alright, now you have seen how to grow the marigold from the seeds, and it's really very easy. Now let's take a look at how you can grow the marigold from the cuttings. You can see that I collected lots of cuttings, and I collected it from one of my own friend's marigold plant, and please also note that it has been blooming from the last year, and that's why the health is not looking that great. Now let me tell you one important thing here. See, at the end of the season your plant would behave that it's going to die, and that time you can just collect the cuttings from the old plant which is already blooming definitely, and you can regrow it again. And this is the same thing I am going to do. While collecting the cuttings, please make sure that cuttings are at least 4 inches long. So I am just going to prepare the cuttings so that I get more plants at my home. Some of my cuttings have already roots, and if your cuttings have the roots, that time you get 100% better result, and you are going to get the blooms much faster. To grow the cuttings, I am just going to use normal garden soil, and I would be transplanting them into somewhat rich soil in coming few days. Planting the cuttings is really very easy. Just inside the soil, and just make sure they are at least 1 inch deep inside the soil. Okay, it's time to water, and just after planting the cuttings, please water thoroughly so that the all soil get wet nicely. The next thing is really very important, and you don't want to keep the pot under direct sunlight. Keep the pot only in a bright area for next few days, let's say 4 to 5 days, and as soon as you see some new growth on the cuttings, that time you can keep the pot under direct sunlight. My cuttings are growing really nicely, and at the same time I am also getting lots of blooms. Now let me show you the roots on the cuttings, and I hope you are going to be surprised by looking at the roots they have produced. Okay, I am not going to dig out all the cuttings because I am really afraid that I am going to hurt them. I really hope that you are already satisfied with the result by looking at the roots they have produced. So guys, this is all about how you can grow the marigold either from the seeds or from the cuttings. And if you found the video useful, then please don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And many thanks for doing that. It's really, I mean, it's really helped me a lot, and that's why please let me know your feedback simply commenting below. Thank you very much for taking your valuable time to watch the video. I truly appreciate it, and you might want to watch the next video where I have covered all the things. I mean, I have shown planting marigold from the seedlings until flowering. Thank you once again. Have a great day.